Hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the Vortex Venom rifle scope. And I got this one because I have an upcoming hunting trip. I'm going to be doing some long distance shooting for antelope. And I wanted to make an upgrade from my current 3x9 40mm objective, it's a loophole, to this 5x25 magnification 56mm objective lens. We're at first focal point with an ERR-7C reticle in MOA. I choose MOA versus mil-dot because that's what I've had for the last 4 decades plus, and that's what I'm used to. So let's see what we got here. A nice picture of the scope on the cover. Very well packed. Bikini covers in place. I'll be changing those up to the flip-up covers. And we got a few goodies packed into the 3-inch sunshade, lens cleaning cloth, and owner's manual. So let's get rid of this. And I've already tried this out at the store, which is by far my selection between an inexpensive upgrade to long distance shooting. My first choice was the Diamondback Tactical in 4 to 24 power 50mm lens, and then I believe it was the Viper. I chose this one because it was in the price range, was right in the middle of the two, and it has a great feel. The main tube is 34mm. Your eye relief is 4 inches. The turret has a great feel to it as far as the clicks, where the Diamondback I felt was you had to feel that you're in the groove going over the notch. Here it's a very distinct feel. You are in the graduation that you select on both elevation, windage, your focus, a little tighter than the others, but not too bad. You figure once it's mounted on the rifle and you're resting your rifle on a branch, stand, whatever, sighting it in, it'll be just fine. Your focus is definitely, or your magnification is definitely tighter than the Diamondback, but not as much as the Viper. So what we have with it is a 3-inch sunshade, which will definitely come in handy. So if you're out there trying to sight something in and you're getting glare, the lens is set back a little bit. There we go. So the lens is set back quite a ways. but this provides you additional protection against glare. Very easy to put on. The scope itself is 15.3 inches long. Add that sunshade on. So now you're at 18.3 inches long, and you definitely have a long scope. You've got your throw ring, Allen wrench. Throw ring I'll be putting on the focus just to make it easier. So if you're wearing gloves, you can just use your finger to dial in the throw ring, or to dial in your focus by turning it with the throw ring. And I'll show you all of that in an upcoming video when I actually mount the scope. It's going to be mounted onto a Browning A-bolt 30-06. So this is the rev stop ring. So once you've got your scope sighted in, you're going to have a 0. You'll be able to set that 0 no matter where you are. You'll remove it using the tool supplied. Re-zero your turret. Fasten it back together. Now let's say you're out 300-400 yards, 500 yards, and you need to make adjustments. Fine, you're on a hunt, you're walking along, didn't work out. Now you have another opportunity for a shot. This one's at 250 yards. What you can always do is go back to your rifle 0 quickly, and you have, let's call this a limiter. This will go on your top turret and 0 out your elevation. It acts as a stop. Not using the stop where you may harm the threads, but your elevation has a range of 85 MOA. That is reduced down to 47 MOA, I believe. Yes, it's reduced down to 47 MOA with the rev stop in there. Your windage, no stop for that, obviously. That remains at 85 MOA. Elevation per turn, 25 MOA. So quite a bit. Your parallax adjustment is on the left side. You'll see see if we can zoom in here a little bit. You'll see that your parallax adjustment goes from 15 yards all the way to 500 and infinity. I'm not sure I like the extremely fine adjustment or range from 200, 300, 400, you know, above 200 yards to 500. Doesn't seem like there's enough, but we'll see. We'll see when we're sighting it in. This is your fine focus. Once you're dialed in on your magnification, you're not going to change your diopter. You're going to use your fine focus, your parallax adjustment here, to hopefully, this is good glass, hopefully you'll see the hairs on your target. And again, this scope has a 34mm main tube, where others, entry level, are 30mm, so quite a bit more light passing through. We've got a 56mm objective lens in addition to a 34mm main tube. I'm expecting a lot of light and clarity even out of this entry-level scope. Again, this is going to be replacing, I've got a Lupo 3-9x40 on my Odd 6. So in an upcoming video, we're going to be replacing one with the other. So you can see the difference. Again, 40mm to 56mm. We're going from a 1-inch main tube to a 34mm main tube. And again, I don't expect the clarity to be that much different. After all, we are comparing an entry-level Vortex to a Lupo scope. This on here is a VX2, or I'm sorry, VX3. So, and it's served me well. This is my deer rifle. But for long range shooting, I just really can't sight in over 200 yards and be accurate. Right now I'm accurate to within 6-inch plate, 5-inch plate, 4-inch plate. Yeah, I'm really not comfortable, but I can hit a 6-inch plate at 200 yards. For longer distances, I want to be able to see where I'm shooting on that plate, not just the silhouette of a dark object in my view. Earlier I had said that this was an ERR -7C reticle, and I'm sorry, I was mistaken. It is an EBR-7C reticle. Again, you can look that up. There's many sites that'll explain the 2C, the 4, the 7C. Again, I choose MOA because that's what I've used all my life. It's easy for me. I can make the conversions, and I know yards versus meters. Do some golfing. I can tell you when something's 200 yards, 90 yards. I can tell you 120 yards, 140 yards, 160 yards. Fine and dandy. I just transfer that to hunting. That's really it. Looking forward to mounting this scope and sighting it in, and I believe I made a good choice. You can definitely hear those clicks. They're audible. Not audible enough to scare wildlife, but enough to make you self-confident about your choice. Dialing it in, making adjustments. We're going to see how this works out. So, any questions, any comments, let me know down below. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you later. God bless.